What's up, real estate experts? Clayton Gitz here. So I shared this with my team yesterday, and I thought that it was relevant enough, that it was valuable enough to share with all of you. So many years ago now, I think 10-ish years ago, my wife and I were at a mastermind, and the keynote speaker was a gentleman named Hal Elrod. And what we didn't realize at the time was that this young man was about to change our lives forever. And many of you know who Hal is, you're familiar with his work, but Hal wrote a book called The Miracle Morning. And as he began to lay out the concepts of the Miracle Morning, the savers as he calls them, my wife and I began to realize that this was the missing link. This was the key to unlocking more time. Like, who would like more time in their day? Like, who would like more time in their day to do the things that matter most? And I think, defining the things that matter most, my wife and I had to take a step back and define the things that matter most. And then all of a sudden we had a system to be able to engage with the things that mattered most. The silence, the affirmations, the visualization, the exercise, the reading and the scribing, those are the savers. And the whole concept is the not so obvious way to get more accomplished than everyone else before 8 o'clock in the morning, right? Before most people even start their day. And so over time, we used to be night owls. I used to go to bed at midnight, right? 11 o'clock, midnight. And because of that, I would sleep in a little bit. Well, we had to change our rhythm there. So today, and for years now, we've been going to bed at about 8:30. We are losers. We are the youngest old people that you will ever meet. When we go out with friends or something, it's painful because we're used to going to bed so early. So that's because our alarm goes off at 4:45, because we want to first of all keep the main things, but it's really hard to get the main things in when the kids get up. It's really hard to squeeze the main things in when you go to work, right? When you have to work 9 to 5 every day, and when just life gets in the way. So we get up when the world is quiet, and we get in our spiritual time, we get in our affirmations, our visualization, our journaling, Hal calls it scribing, and our reading. So what you're looking at here is a portion of my library, and a little trick that we were taught this year as we were doing our annual goal setting and planning was to pick out the books that you want to read in 2022. So here are some of the books that I want to read in 2022. Most of them are business building, for my real estate businesses, and just so how we can continue to grow and help our people grow. So a lot of John Maxwell in here. Tim Ferretta, Shut Up and Listen. The practice of groundedness. I love it here. I just found out about this book. I've not read this one yet. Many of these I'm reading for the second time. But the practice, I love it here by Clint Pulver. Heard this was really good. How great leaders create organizations their people never want to leave. So here's what I told my team. And think about how amazing this is. This is like life's work. This is someone's life's work, or a significant portion of their life's work. And they're selling it for $10, $15, $20 for their life's work, and we have access to it, and we can download this into our brains. And we just choose to use the Miracle Morning as the process to be able to download all this information into our minds so that we can deploy it. And it's a game changer. I mean, it literally transformed our lives. So I just want to encourage each of you, especially my real estate business owners, because this business is it's a little wonky right now. So making sure that you are spending the time, flow, the psychology of optimal experience, mindset, that you're spending the time on self-care, that you're spending the time of making sure your mind is right? So that your energy is right. And you can do that, in my opinion, by deploying this. If you haven't bought this book, go buy this book, man. It even has one for real estate agents, The Miracle Morning for Realtors. Super cool. So if you don't have a strategy, I would encourage you to have one for 2022. It's only February, and we've got the whole year in front of us to grow significantly. You and I could be different men and women by the end of this year versus who we are today, and that's exciting. Let's grow.